Okay, welcome back to this section. Basically, we'll be dealing with controllers. A lot of things that we do in our routes, you see, is more of, we handling things by ourselves. We don't want to do that. So basically, uh, because of time constraints, I won't be dealing much with model today. Next week, we'll be looking at model and policies. So we'll be having policies like, okay, if you're sending a request to me, what policies do you adhere to before I accept that as a valid request? But then here we have user routes, right? And in this user route, right? Hello.
Yeah, we're here.
In this user route, I can create a new file, say user.controller.js. I like adding this .controller.model.this that to my file. And the reason why I do that is because wherever the file is being referenced, because VS Code have an intelligent way of showing you the name of files that you're trying to use. If I see controller in front of it, I know that, okay, yeah, this is importing a function from the controller function, from the controller file, and not from the user.model file. You understand what I'm saying? So just a way of making your files distinct, no matter the depth of wherever it is. So over here, what I want to do is to say, okay, fine, I have export. A lot of things can happen here. I can say export const get users, right? So this is a controller. I say, okay, I want to get users, right? So I'll just say async. No, not yet. I say request and response. Right? Request, response. Now, I'll just imagine that we have some users. Those users never exist, but I just imagine we have those users somewhere. And I'll say const users equals to, let me just have some imaginary users. Name, Musa, the gate man. He's always the one saying everything, you know. Then let me have another name. Name, Esther. Okay. What's the name of this guy? Razu. Okay. I just have like 3 users here, just to show you something actually. And maybe I have an ID of 23 for this guy. I have an ID of 24 for this guy. An ID of 32 for this guy. Okay. So here I want to have something that says I just say server response, right? Server response, and then I have response, and then the data I want to send will be like this. I'll say payload. Users is what? I can say users go to users like this, but there's no point. It's just like repetition. I just say users. So basically, it's this like saying I'm sending the response as what? Users like this. As simple as that. Now I don't have to export anything anymore because all what I'm doing here is saying export const get users, and this get user is the controller that I'm using. So with this, I can come back to the route here, other user route, and say whenever you come to this endpoint, what I want to do is to do what? Let me remove all this. Whenever you come to this slash endpoint, that means you're trying to get users. And I'll just say get users. Automatically, this imports it for me from what? Controllers, user controller. Do you get this?
This is
Hello?
awesome. Yeah, sure.
This is actually what's it called? This is actually based on the structure. When you have a solid structure, Visual Studio Code will also help you to get things right. Now, look at what we did. The entry of the app, let's go back to the index again. I don't want you to lose the trail. The entry of our app is here, app.usev1 or app.api/v1. Any of the two will work for you. Now, from there, we have our routes, which is here. And in my route, I'm saying I want to use user route, which is this one, right? And I'm saying route/users. Now, when you say route/users here, that means whatever is inside this user route is what you have here. In my user route, if I come to the slash, I want to get to the get user controller, which is what I have here, right? Again, I also want to do something. So imagine I'm abstracting this outside. Now, this is not conventional. I'm only doing it because I want to show you how this works, right? By the time we start, getting our data from database, we'll do this in a better way, right? Imagine I want to say get user, and the user I want to get, I have request, and I have response here. Now, what I want to do here is to say, I want to have my server response, just like I did earlier, but I won't do that yet. What I want to do here, I will just say, go ahead and show me users, correct? But here, before you even get the user, you have to look for the ID of the user. So basically, you say const user equals users.filter. Well, this could be you actually fetching something from database, but because this is just more of a demo, we have not done the database yet. I'll just kind of showing you an example. So export const get user is equal to this. I think user is equal to filter what? User is equal to filter. And I'm saying basically I'm trying to get the user via the ID. Yeah, please, please mute if you are not mute, please. Now I have users of filter this. Now basically, what I want to be filtering based on is the ID. So how do I get the ID? I will show you. User, let me say, the user. Just use it this way. Now, what I want to filter based on is the ID. I will say const. Imagine we are getting the ID from the param. So I'll just say const ID. This is what we call the structuring in JavaScript. Rec.params. Now, I will show you what param does, but basically we are getting the ID from the params. So I will say users of filter a user dot ID is equal to ID. What does this do? What does it do? This basically what it do is this is looping through all the users one by one and giving it the name of a user. And I now check the ID. In this case, this ID that is here, right? And I'm saying if it is equal to the ID, it should filter it for me. What I'm expecting is for it to give me one single user data. And then I say if user.length, right? If user.length, then I want you to do something for me. I will say, instead of const here, let me just use let, so that I can modify it later on. I'll say user is equal to user 0. That is the first, what's it called, the user, the first user. Else, nothing happens, right? So what I'm meant to do normally, instead of doing this again, I can do it in a better way. I can say if not user.length, right? If not user.length, what I want to do is to say return, sorry, let me hold this code. I'll say return server response. In this server response, I say res, and then what's the data that I want to send to the user? It's just a string I want to send. User does not exist. Then what will be the status? 404. 404 is for not found. then this is an error actually. That's all. Now, this is all I'm going to do. Then I'm going to say that if this is not the case, then return server response. Okay. If that's not the case, then I want to say user is equal to this. Then I will say return server response. And then what will be in the server response? Response, that's number one. Second one is the data. In my data, I'm sending a payload of what? I'm sending a payload of what?
Baba, you already use payload now. Just send user now, Abi. I thought your
No,
function already wraps payload.
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. This is the
Doesn't
payload.
wrap it.
Yeah, this is it. This is only meant for if we are using a message. If it's a string. Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you want to add more to the, the body. That's why I'm using it this way. So you say payload user, just like this. It's going to send the user data through this. As simple as this. So this is for get user. Now, I was talking about rec.params, the parameter. We're getting ID from the parameter here. This is the same thing as saying ID is equal to rec.params.id. Do you understand? It's called destructuring. Destructuring in, what's it called? In JavaScript.
JavaScript, yeah.
Yeah. It's called destructuring in JavaScript. Now, this get user, if you come back to the routes here, under user route, I can go ahead and duplicate this line and say ID. This is a way of getting a parameter. You understand? And I'll just change this to get user. Now, this is telling me, it's showing me something here, auto import. Do you see? When I click on it, it automatically helps me to import the get user controller here.
Yes.
Get user method is the user controller. So like that should work. Let me go back here and say /users to test what we've done so far. You see, these are the users that we have. Success, data payload is using user. Let me try to get a user with ID of 23 and see. 23. What do we get? Let me see. There has to be an error somewhere. Hold on 1 second. Here we have, okay. Okay. Basically, in parameter, your parameter is usually a string. So because we want to make it, we want to use it as, what's it called? We want to actually equate it against a number that would be equal. So what we can do is to say, I want to say let ID like this. No, let me do it this way. I have const ID here, and then I can just say, let me say pass int, yeah, pass int. Do you understand? So right now we are equating this, we are converting the parameter to what? To a number, so that we can equate it to the ID and get whatever we want to get here. So back here, if I say /23, I will reload. Okay, it's still compiling. Hold on 1 second. Okay, it's done. Yeah, you see? So that was the reason why it did not give us that response in the first instance. So we have 23 here, and this 23. If we didn't use the pass int here, then that will not, do what is required to do for us. As simple as that. Now, before we go, I want to just show you something like an imaginary way of adding user, just to show you. Though this is not like conventional, like we're not using a database, there's no database. I'm not necessarily connecting to the database. I'll just say export const add user equals request and response. And here Basically, you are getting the user inputs through what we call rec.body, and I'll destructure that for you. So I will say const equals to rec.body. I'm trying to destructure from what? From the request but the body. What are the things that I need? I only need the name of the person, and that's all. You understand? I only need the name of the person. Yeah, that's it. Now, what I want to do here is to say users. Okay, I'll first say if not name, I want to return at this point server response. Right now, if you give me, if you are not sending me a name, what I'm meant to send to you is name is what required, right? And what's the status of this? 400 bad request. All these things are inside are in the link. I'll put it at the bottom of my video when I upload it on YouTube. So we have 400, and then the status of this particular call is sorry, the type of the stuff is what is an error. So as simple as that. Now, if you supply the name, which is what we expect, we just say users dot push your name, right? Comma the ID. I want the ID to be something like a random number. So I'll just say math.floor. This is like kind of random for you. Let's say math.random times, let's say, let me just use a big number, like, let me just do something like 100. Okay, so now I can just go ahead and now send it to server response. I'll just say server response, and okay, let me use return. Server response. The data I want to send will be in a payload. I said payload is what? Users. Then, yeah, so take a look at this. I have a message to put here. User added successfully, right? And I want to put a comma here. Then I also have one more thing I want to add. The status for this one is 201. User is created, right? And then what else? I think that's fine. Now, to use this in our route, I'll come to the user route and say, I want to have router dot post. You see, router dot post slash, and I want to say what? Add user. So what's the name of the method? Yeah, add user. Okay, cool. So I'll say add user. You see, auto import. You can see that since I've started this building this application, it's very rare for me to look for where I created a particular function and what is not, because VS could help me do that automatically when I know the name of the function I created somewhere. And whenever I do this, now what happens here is, take a look at this controller. I have rec.body. So this is what body parser does for us. The way I'm sending the front end, it helps us, you know, pack it inside the what rec.body. Let's try and test that. So under users endpoint, I'll change this method to post in my postman, and I'll come to my body where I will set it to form data, something like this. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. Okay. So the key I want to use here is name, and the value is Jalasem. Let's go ahead and test this. Okay, name is required. Hold on one second. Yeah. Let me use this one. Name, and the name is Jalasa. Set this up. Cool. So what do you see here? Jalasa is added successfully. So what if I don't supply the name and I just send the request like this? What do we get? Name is required. So I think this is let's go, this should be this marks the end of today's workshop. I would like to receive your questions, answers, and call it a day. But what I want to take away from this particular section is that we have our route. Route is the entry point of our application. In our route, we have sub-routes. So one of our sub-routes is users. And under users, I'm getting to, from the user, I have the endpoint I'm calling, the different methods. And from each of them, I'm talking to the controller. So it's the controller that tells me what should happen. Now, if we were communicating with a database, this will just be it. We'll just add some extra, some little adjustment. But yeah, you get the point. So your questions, please.
Hello.
Hi.
So you didn't go into the database aspect and using of Mongoose. So I'm guessing there will be a second workshop. When will this be, please?
That will be next week by His grace.
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
next week.
I enjoyed the workshop.
All right. Thank you very much. This code will be available on GitHub. Let me even add it right now. Git add dot git commit -m user controller methods and routes. So git push origin head. This is not correct actually. Head. So yeah, we have our app pushed to. We have the code pushed to GitHub. Once again, the link to the repo is this. Let me send that in the chat. And thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate. Oh, sorry. Let me adjust that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, let me see if that works. Amazing. It does. Oh no. Okay. Let me just this. Okay, this works. So let me send that to the chat. Yeah, so ask any other question. Okay, any other question before we call it a day? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, so you can ask question by creating an issue on GitHub, and yeah, I'll see you next week if you have no other
All right.
question. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming, and yeah, I think with time we'll get to improve and get better at this.
Yes, and we won't add cough.
Yeah,
Last
yeah,
week we
yeah,
added cough. Maybe we should edit it out.
yeah. I'll
All right,
try.
thank you.
Thank
I
you
guess
very much.
everyone's in this time to like digest some of the features to better know what questions to ask.
Yeah, of course. So,
Take care.
yeah,
Thanks
thank you
for
very
coming.
much.